idea of forming a fund that was made up of activists within the Eastern African region was so that we could, as activists, resource for money, bring it home, and then have ourselves as activists then determine where that money goes and what agenda that money goes towards. You would think that 9 years later, after Uhai's establishment, because quite a number of participatory activist-led funds have come up in the field of human rights for LGBTI and sex worker people since then, you would think that that would have changed the conversation for philanthropy towards actually having the communities affected by need determine the resources that goes towards addressing that need. You'd think that would happen. That's still an issue.
Yeah.
I had a very interesting conversation last week with a new body of people that want to support work and want to be involved in global LGBT financing. And one of the things that was the conversation is, as they have thought, they think that litigation is the most important thing so that we are able to overturn all these bad colonial laws. And I'm sitting there thinking, great, that's what you thought from where you sat. However, once those laws were established, they created social, political, economic landscape that goes beyond those laws. So even if you overturn those laws, you still have queer people being chased out of home. You still have queer people who cannot access jobs. You still have queer people who cannot go to hospital and get dignity. So the problems have been compounded by those laws. And therefore, addressing those issues has to be driven by the people who live in the landscape created by those laws. Because those laws did not act by themselves. They also acted within a cultural setup. They also acted within a religious setup. They're also connected to other things that you can't see from where you sit, but I can see from where I sit. And so that's one of the things that within philanthropy needs to be addressed, that funders must see themselves as being part of a struggle, and their role within that struggle is to finance it, not to think it through or strategize it, not to give it solutions, but to finance it. And then the people who are living that struggle then strategize, think about, and do the work. I think that is still a conversation for me that's a problematic about philanthropy that needs to be addressed over time. And it's not rocket science. It actually makes sense in every other sector except in philanthropy.